Alright, let's get right down to it. So this is day 2 of data gathering. Yesterday we were actually able to gather 40 data points, and now we're going to gather some more. So we are aiming for 100 data points, and that should be sufficient for our purpose. So we have our deck here. We have 24 lands, just like yesterday, and all we're going to do is enter the best of 3 queue, ranked queue, count the number of lands in our opening hand, and then concede. And we can also weigh in on whether we want to mulligan or not the hand that we get, but that is besides the objective of this data gathering. All right, let's go right ahead. Yeah, as you could see, I've been using a modified version of the Jeskai Mastery deck ever since Time Warp got banned, in order to just get my dailies done on the play queue. I'm a little embarrassed, but there you go. Because I haven't had time to play Standard or Historic. I've been busy with Pauper. Playing Chatterstorm Pauper is a blast, that I've been modifying the deck. I think I have a handle of the deck now, enough of a handle of the deck to modify it. Alright, so this is the deck, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, is it dragons? Right, let's do it. Alright, so let's play 4. Alright, so we're starting off with 4 lands. The opening hand. And now we have 1 land in the opening hand. I'm looking to get this done today. I think we can get this done today, or maybe tomorrow. I think we only need at most 2 days to get done. I thought that we were only able to do 40 data points. I mean 30 data points yesterday. It turns out it was 40. So 2. Don't worry, opponent. You don't need to worry about that mulligan there. I'm gonna concede right for you. We have 2 again. Alright, so we're getting along, getting through quite quickly. We have 4 data points in. Right, 1 land in the opening hand. So again, this kind of shows you, right? If you are on the receiving side of these hands, if you are the player actually playing these hands, and out of 5 games so far, you had 2 1-landers, so you'd be a little irritated, right? But that's really not enough evidence to say that the shuffler is messing with you or something like that. Oh, see, you have another 1-lander here. So now you'd be really livid. Right? So but if you look at the entire data points that we've gathered since yesterday, right, you could have easily gotten, instead of these, you could have easily gotten a hand where it's 3 lands, 3 lands, 3 lands, 3 lands, uh 4 times in a row, which has happened. I'm looking at the data now, and that's happened. Wow, another 1-lander. That is interesting. Right? See? So it does happen. The rare events, these rare events where you're just unlucky, they do happen. This is the first time we've gotten 3 1-landers in a row. Yesterday we got we got 2 1-landers in a row, but that was it. Okay, 2 lands. So if you haven't voted yet, you still have time to vote. You have time to vote until I finish the experiment, and then voting closes. Right? So again, if you were the one playing these games, and in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, the most that you got in your opening hand was 2 lands, right? So you'd be a little irritated, and if you were partial to tinfoil hats, you'd be livid with anger. But really, it's all random, or that's what we want to show anyway. Maybe we don't get to show that, we'll see, right? That's why there's a raffle. Right, 2 lands. First, 3 lands. Of course, yeah. I mean, it's over here. Let me show you the list. I'll post it now. This is the list. Right, as you can see, we have 24 lands. Exports. Give me a moment. That did not paste well, but I can't do better. Sorry about that, and I double pasted. My bad. But that should work if you copy it and paste and import it. I think that should work quite well. Yeah, I'll do that later. Right now, it's the best I could do. Although I think that will work. I mean, it's the format is wonky, but I think it should still work for copy pasting, importing into the client. Yeah, I'll provide a better formatted list. Here we have 4 lands. We're moving along quite nicely. I think we have more than 10 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, I may actually get to finish this today. Maybe. Right, we have 5 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lands. Three lands. And like I was saying, I've been playing a lot of Pauper lately, mostly Chatterstorm, and I think I was able to finally modify it and not mess it up. I'm not sure, but I was able to go 4 wins in one league. Currently 1-1 in the next league, in the succeeding league, and yeah, I like the build. It's 2 lands. It's different from the Jund list in that it's basically Izets. It's Izet Chatterstorm. And it's good because game 1 your opponent doesn't know that, so your opponent thinks that you're on Affinity. And then you combo out and kill him. So I like that element to it. But I think the sideboard is still wonky. The main reason I wanted to do it that way is to have access to Giga Draws from the sideboard. But maybe that's not a complete picture. Maybe that's not a complete picture. Right now, I placed Gear Shift Serpent. Is that it? As a sideboard card as well versus Affinity, versus the Mirror, or versus like control matchups. So they know to expect the squirrels, but they don't know to expect the 5/6 uh, discounted creature. But I don't know. I think I should be changing it a bit more. I'll keep experimenting. 3 lands. This is an odd hand, right? You have 3 Goldspan Dragons, you have 3 lands, Maze Mind Tome. Against an unknown opponent, probably keep this. I'll probably keep this. And then just regret it. The opponent drops a plains or or a mountain, a snow-covered mountain or a snow-covered plains. Which means we are up against fast aggro. We'll probably die. But on the other hand, if we get to land both of those dragons, or win 2 of the dragons, we can actually maybe win on the spot with a lucky draw of a Alrund's Epiphany. Yeah. Yeah, don't mind me. That was probably a mulligan. Or that should have been a mulligan. I'm just sometimes too conservative with my mulligans, which is a trap, which is a problem that I have. There are 16 data points. We're only 21 minutes in. Lots of time. Yeah, Pauper is such a great format. And again, I'm not talking about standard Pauper or historic Pauper. I'm talking Pauper. Like, you get to play with Dark Ritual, you get to play with Lightning Bolt, you get to play with... What? I was time wasted. You have to play with Brainstorm. Well, you still get to play with Brainstorm in Historic now, I guess. But it's not... Oh, it's... Does it count for Pauper? Because it's only been printed at Rare. In Historic. But it should, right? That's the rule of Pauper, is that it should just be printed as a common in some set. Or is it in a set legal in that format? I think it's a set legal in that format. If that's the case, then no, Brainstorm is not Pauper. A Pauper card in Historic. Yeah, because there are some cards, right? There are some cards in paper that was printed in as common in paper but was never printed as common on Magic Online, and they're not Pauper legal on Magic Online, if I'm not mistaken. One example, I think, is Sinkhole. Another is Hymn to Turok. Not sure. Our opponent is sideboarding against us. Our opponent is overthinking. I'm just going to concede, my friend. Just click on done. Seriously? Okay. Okay, 4 lands. Now, so look at this. So earlier in the day, earlier when we were doing this, we experienced like 3 one-landers consecutively. Like we got a 1-lander, then a 2-lander, 2-lander, then 3 1-landers consecutively. And like I keep saying, if you were the player, right? If you were actually playing these games and you actually intended to win, then you'd be pretty irritated at that bad luck. And at least some people would think it's not bad luck, right? And that's the problem with the human perception of randomness. But if you look at the rest of our opening hands from that point forward, they're fine. It's a 2. This is actually a keep. Well, probably not versus a Yorion deck. It's probably a Mulligan versus a Yorion deck. The 2 Frostbites. No. It's fine actually. Maze Mind Tome is fine. I guess I'll just reserve these 2 Frostbites to kill, I don't know, a Vorinclex. With double Frostbite of Vorinclex. That's not so bad. But being able to resolve the Maze Mind Tome is huge right now. Yeah, after this, I will get back to playing the ladder. I guess I should bone up on standard. And my weapon of choice is going to be dragons, I believe. 4 lands. Right, 4. Yeah, it's going to be Zed Dragons. I think data suggests that Izzet Dragons and Sultai Ultimatum are 2 of the most popular. I mean, the 2 of the most popular and as well as the best decks in the format. But there's a lot more hate versus Sultai Ultimatum. So I don't think it's a good idea to do Sultai Ultimatum. 4 lands. So you can see there in the sideboard we have Cinderclasm, and that is particularly good against Naya, which is supposed to be this deck's bad matchup. 4 lands again. Another nice deck that I would like to use is Mutate. I actually did try that last Monday, I believe, because it did so well in the Strixhaven Championship. But I realized after reading the guide for the deck that I was playing it wrong. There was an infinite combo in the deck that I was not considering and I was not looking to execute because I didn't know about it. It's a convoluted combo, quite a convoluted combo. 3 lands, which involves basically mutating onto a Goldspan Dragon as the first step. So you could imagine if you're mutating onto a Goldspan Dragon, you're probably ahead already, right? But still, that kind of seals the deal. But it's very click intensive. It's very click intensive. The infinite combo is quite click intensive, and you have to be aware of exactly what it is you're doing because you have to hold priority at some point to make sure that you can crack the treasures produced by Goldspan Dragons for the additional mana. Otherwise, it won't work. How many do I have? I have 40 already. Twenty-four. 2 lands. I like that they are now ordering your hand so that you can see all the lands on one side and all the non-lands on the other side. I wonder if they've always done that and I just didn't notice. I don't think they do that for Magic Online. Or I may not be noticing. Another two-lander. Alright. Which is probably this one is a mulligan, right? I'll yeah, I probably want to mulligan this. I mean, you do go first, and you do saw it. If I guess against an opponent where negate is relevant, this probably can be a keep. So all you're waiting for is one red source, and you'll probably get that. And since you're on the play, you will be able to foretell this and counter their 3-drop, but it's an iffy keep. Alright. It's just been 30 minutes. That is 25, right? Oh no, 26. That was, yeah. That's two hands. Yeah. Alright, 4 lands. Two lands. Yeah, that one is definitely a keep for me. Because you have Brazen Borrower. So you can definitely stall for a bit while you're setting up. Of course, if you don't draw the third land, you're still dead. And you probably don't want to use Brazen Borrower immediately there. You probably want to tuck one of your counter spells on turn 2. So you can always bounce whatever and then counter it. Come on, opponent. Come get your win. Opponent mulliganed. The opponent mulligan? Hurry it up, opponent. Right. 4 lands. Three lands. So I think we're at 31. Four lands. One lander. Well, we haven't seen that in a while. And Faceless Haven to boot. Not only am I going to give you one land, I'm going to give you one land you can't cast anything with. Alright, another one lander. Three lands. I think we are at 35. So I might be able to finish today, I think. Two lands. Four lands. Maybe I'll finish tomorrow. We'll see. Still have 12 minutes. Right? No, I still have 22 minutes. Right, we are at 36. So total 76, counting yesterday's. So 24 more to go. I think we can finish today. Oh, one lander. Yeah, we'll finish today, do the raffle tomorrow, and then we'll have a new event that I haven't thought about yet. We have 2 lands. Three lands. Two lands. While we're waiting, I want to fix my overlay. How do I do that again? Here? No. It is not. Ah, there we go. Edit scene. I think I can do this. Right. And maybe. Right. I think that's better. Okay. Wonder if that. Alright, that reflected. Okay. So 4 lands. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we are at 41 data points. This is the 42nd one. And we have 3 lands. Jot that down. Concede. Go on to the next. Alright, I really should do my dailies. I did do my dailies yesterday though. I did do them. We're close to 1,000,000 gold. I mean, if you combine the gold value and the gem value, that's way more than 1,000,000 already. But I want, excuse me, I want that gold to hit 1,000,000. It will probably in a couple of months, as long as I do my dailies. It's interesting because that might be incentive enough for me to. No lands. This is the first no lander. This is the first no lander. Like out of a total of 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43 plus 30, 40, 83 hands. This is the first time that we have a no lander. And we have not yet hit a 7 lander, by the way, which is rarer. It's more rare than a no lander in this situation because we have 24 lands. So we have double the number of non-land cards, almost double the number of non-land cards as we have lands. And therefore, it's going to be much rarer to see a 7-land hand than a 0-land hand. And true enough, we have not yet seen a 7-land hand, but we have seen a 0-land hand, we just did. And this is a 1-land hand. So again, if you were starting the game today and your first hand is a 0-lander, your next hand is a 1-lander, there are people who will immediately get angry at that, and you will immediately think that the game is out to get them. Four lands. And the thing is, that adds up in the sense that if you're already feeling bad about your first few games, you're more likely to commit mistakes that you won't even notice you're committing. So you're gonna end up losing a lot of games, and you're going to end up blaming everything but yourself, where in fact, where the first 2 games where you didn't get any land, that's very likely the fault of variance. I mean, maybe you didn't have a chance to win those 2 games. You could be wrong. I mean, when you mulliganed, may have been better, right? May have been better when you mulliganed, but you were certainly at a disadvantage during those games. But the rest are on you. The rest are on you. The rest are your bad decisions. Alright, so we are at 46. So just 14 more and we're done. So I think I will finish this today. 2 lands. 2 lands. Oh, and that we were up against someone at Diamond 1. Hopefully that was the last link they needed to Mythic. In which case, congratulations. One lander. Right, that is a one lander. Two lander. Two lander. All right, so we need just 10 more games. That the previous one was our 50th for today, so our 80th total, 90th total. Sorry, 90th total. So we just need 10 more, and yeah, I think we'll finish today. Oh, we were matched against Mythic. Mythic 557 to wow, I think I want to play this guy, but tempting. I'm really not in the mood. Really not in the mood. So take your win, climb up that ladder. 4 lands? 4 lands. Just 4 more matches. 8 more games, and we're done. Oh, we're up against Mythic, now we're up against Platinum. Platinum, 2 lands. Three lands. This is nice because technically all it's what the length of time that's going to take to gather enough data for what we want to do is just about 2 hours. So I spent 1 hour yesterday, and I'm going to spend a little over an hour today, and we're done. We're set. So that's not so bad, right? That's not so bad. So one lander. That's not so bad. 2 days, about two hours, 15 minutes of data gathering. That actually gives me an idea for the next event. I've been thinking about it for a couple of days now. I think I'm just hashing out the details in my head. It's going to involve offering the gems to other content creators who may want to do the same thing. Something like that. So you can replicate this for different using different content creators, all live, all data gathered live. Uh, we can try different decks, right? We can try different decks. And since all of it is live, recorded live, then anyone can go back and double check the data if it's accurate. And since it's live again, there's no way to cherry pick. There's no way to cherry pick, right? You can't just record a bunch of games and then capture and display the ones that are show you very bad draws, like we did see earlier today, showing only the 4 games where you got one land, one land, one land, 2 lands, right? Those kind of garbage. There probably are somewhere. It's probably garbage like that. Okay, one land. Alright, and that is we need one more match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? One more match. This is the last match, and we are at not even an hour. So I was wrong. It's not going to take a bit more than 2 hours. It's going to take a bit less than 2 hours total. An hour yesterday and an hour less than an hour today. Together, I think it's because I'm talking a lot less today, and there are a lot less people interacting in chat. Yesterday there was there were a lot more people. There were some people yesterday. Right now, this is practically just me speaking to myself. So it moved things along way faster, which is good. Alright, 4 lands. Don't worry, opponent. Don't worry yourself. I will concede. Don't worry yourself with your mulligan. Alright, this is the last one. And that completes the data gathering stage. We have gathered 100 data points in the course of just 2 hours. 2 lands and done. Alright, so that's it. We have gathered a total of 100 data points, taking note of the number of lands in the opening hand, in best of three ranked. And now we're going to feed this to Excel, and we're going to run a test. And we're going to check if the distribution of the number of lands in the opening hand follows or is similar to the similar enough to the theoretical distribution, or if it deviates from it. So that's what we want to check. We want to check if the number of lands in the opening hand deviates significantly from what is the assumed distribution. Suppose that the shuffler is fair. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed watching. I enjoyed recording these data points, and I will be summarizing these now, and we will be doing the raffle as soon as I'm ready. All right, thank you all for watching. I'll see you again next time.